The last time I saw a DALI speaker at home was unfortunately when I sold my beloved DALI Rubikore 8. At the time I was still using the Cambridge Audio Azure 851A and the 851N streamer. A phenomenal combinations. I believe there are some old videos still on my channel. I had bought them from a dealer here in Germany who personally recommend this setup. I trust them and it turned out to be fantastic. But not only. Before the Rubikore 8 I had also the Oberon 7, also in white, and the quality was outstanding for the price. I was new in the hi-fi world but already having so much fun. The detailed yet natural sound of the Rubikore left a strong impression on me, and I only sold them to make room for other speakers. Speaker here don't stay for so much long, you know guys, I need to experience, to test every brand, so it's something normal, nothing to do with the brands. That's why I'm really thrilled to have again DALI in my studio, and by the way, thanks to DALI Germany to make this review possible. If I don't let it in the description sections down below, there is no exchange of money, I don't have to keep the speaker, I will send it back, and as always I'm here to share my honest opinion about it. If you recall, we saw the new Rubikore series, which takes over from the previous Rubikore generations at the high-end Munich 2024. You can find the interview with DALI's head of product management in the descriptions. I recommend to check this video to learn more about the difference between the old generations and this new one, directly from DALI. Rubikore ranges includes a versatile selection of speakers to suit various needs and setup. We have two floor standings models, the Rubikore 6 and the Rubikore 8 for bigger rooms. Then we have the Rubikore 2 stand mount featured here in this review, but not only, also the Rubikore LCR, an highly flexible speaker that can be used as also in your home theater as not only center speaker but also in your left and right configuration setup. All these models are available in 4 beautiful finishes, offering style to complement any home decor. I received the Rubikore 2 in the maroon high gloss lacquer finish and is absolutely stunning. Actually, you can see them here behind me. The cabinets are expertly crafted with rounded edges to ensure a refined aesthetics. The mirror-like polished surface is incredibly elegant, but I strongly recommend handling them with gloves right away to avoid scratches and fingerprints. Really interestingly, are shipped in 2 different boxes, which probably suggests you can purchase them separately if needed, and the speaker is quite heavy, 9.5 kilograms, so 21 pounds, a substantial weight for a bookshelf model. Included in the packaging there is a non-magnetic grill, high quality. It fits smoothly yet securely, providing a more stable attachment compared to a traditional magnetic grills. And I like these designs because it eliminates any risk of any mark on the speaker. Additionally, the mounting holes are strategically placed in the dark areas of the driver, making them virtually invisible. This meticulous attention to details highlights the premium quality of DALI speaker. Even the binding post and the details on the base reflex ports are exceptional. By the way, the Rubikore 2 is handcrafted and assembled at the DALI's productions facility in Denmark. Well done, DALI. That said, including a pair of gloves in the accessories would be a welcome additions in my opinion. The Rubikore 2 features a 16.5 mid-bass driver that used DALI's signatures paper and wood fiber comb, incorporating the company's patented SMC soft magnetic compounds technology. While the new Rubikore series introduced a new hybrid super tweeter, on all models the Rubikore 2 includes only the 29mm low-loss soft dome tweeter, omitting the 16 by 45mm planar magnetic tweeter found in the other models. And this choice allows for sure for a more compact design, also something not bad. With an impedance of 4 ohms and a sensitivity of just 87 dB, these speakers demand a bit of power to perform effortlessly. And to get the most out of them, I really recommend at least a 50 watt amplifiers, an amplifier that has any problem to drive a 4 ohm load speaker. And I have to say that finding the right amplifiers for the DALI Rubikore 2 was not straightforward. Not so much because of the power requirements, but more to smooth the hikes a little bit, which are really vivid and crystalline. That said, I don't see these as something negative. It's generally easier, in my opinion, soften a more bright treble by choosing the right amplifications, as we will see, than to add details to a speaker that is lack of it. I began my test with some amplifiers I already own, including the Musical Fidelity M5SI and the A1, which I consider the product of the year. However, in this instance, the first one sounds a little bit too cold with the Rubikore 2, and the second one, the A1, sounds too much detailed for my ears. It didn't bring the warmth I was needed with this speaker. Looking for something warmer, I switched to Audiophile 7000A, which improved the bottom end, making it warmer. However, the hikes were still a bit too detailed, vibrant and pronounced for my ears. At this point I thought perhaps a tube amp, so I connected my Master Sound 220, a Class A gem, known for its warm yet rich sound. In triad mode I had only 10 watt at my disposal, but the midrange was so harmonious, lush and delicate that it left me truly satisfied. Unfortunately, I couldn't push the volume too high with this setup. I then turned it to my Macintosh MC312. By the way, what do you think about Macintosh and Sons Father, now owned by Bose? Please let a comment in the sections down below. Macintosh is renowned for its smooth, relaxing and musical sound, not overly detailed but effortlessly engaging. And I must say the pair with the Rubikore was excellent. The 300 watt of power drove the Rubikore effortlessly, even at high volumes, without even sounding strained. The bass, which had previously left a bit disconnected, became powerful and tight. But surprisingly was with name, and I'm speaking about the XS3, that I truly fell in love with this setup. For me, this was the best pairing. The name, exceptional musicality, warm low end, creamy and dense mid-range, and smooth treble transformed the Rubikore into a refined yet comfortable listening experience, even during extended sections. The sound had a new creamy textures that introduce new flavors to my palate. Name and DALI, what a perfect match. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to test the Rubikore 2 with the NAD 399, which just arrived to me. I hope to do this in the future. As you probably know, DALI and NAD are brother and sister, sibling. Regarding the placement of the speaker in my environment, I decided to not apply any toe-in and prefer an off-axis listening experience, as demonstrated by the frequency response measures taken from my listening positions. As shown in the red trace, with full toe-in the hikes become too pronounced. DALI themselves recommended this placement style of axis in the user's manuals, which aligns well with my experience. Here's another graph comparing performance with and without grill. You will notice some attenuation starting at 5 kHz when using the grill. And personally, I prefer the listening with the grill. Feel free to experiment. This means I don't have to remove the grills every time, so something that I really like. Next, we have a graph showing the impact of different distance from the rear wall, 20 cm versus 50. The difference is minimal, only about 2 dB in the bass region. This means you can still place the Rubikore 2 closer to the wall without impact to match the bass. So a very positive characteristic of the DALI Rubikore 2. We will discuss about the frequency response in comparisons with other speakers later, but now let's speak about the sound quality. The Rubikore 2 is crystalline and a vivid speaker that is technically impeccable. Achieving this level of details and microdynamics, especially in the highest frequencies, without any sign of sibilance or non-linearity, is a testament of the exceptional engineering behind them. If you appreciate a touch of sharpness and you are not afraid to crank up the volume a bit, this speaker is for you. Energetic, extended and detailed, yet refined when paired with the right amplifications. It creates a sense of space between notes that feels like a black hole. Its textured highs will uncover nuances and details you may have never noticed before. The Rubikore 2 excels in detail retrieval and is incredibly resolving. This becomes particularly evident when listening not audiophile music or rock or metal music, where other speaker tends to compact everything in the center. Rubikore 2, however, separates instruments and vocal, organizing them on a different layers with astonishing ease. I love hearing the contrast of the stick hitting the drum's edge, the richness of the cymbals in jazz, and the air surrounding instruments, creating an open, lively, and transparent sound. And despite this high transparency on the top end, the mid-range of the Rubikore 2 never felt disattached. Mid-range that remains focused and holographic, with a timbre on instruments and vocals that is stunningly natural and realistic, switching between Nat King Cole's silky performance in Unforgettable to Bruce Springsteen's gritty and raspy delivery in Street of Philadelphia, to Norah Jones' refined dynamic voice in Come Away With Me. All this feels really effortless. Many speakers compromise either body, chestness to refinement when handling such different materials, but not Rubikore 2 that remains always precise and with a high level of fidelity. The mid-range is truly magical. Listening to Manu Katché Third Round album, an ECM masterpiece, revealed crystal clear details on cymbals and the most lifelike saxophone and piano I ever heard. Double bass was tight and defined, and the piano felt dense and articulate. In Keep on Tripping, Thor Bramborg's, I hope I pronounced it well, if not sorry, sax on the saxophone had such a lively tone that it made me turn up the volume. It was powerful, organic and airy. Absolutely top notch. If you enjoy details, Rubikore 2 will hypnotize you. Listening to Annette, Liberty, you can hear the singer's tongue gently touching the roof of her mouth. Really a level of intimacy if you like such music that will touch your heart. Despite this vividness and richness in the hikes, Rubikore 2 never draws unnecessary attentions on it. And this is astonishing and unexpected for a speaker of such clarity. Bass is fast and tight with a touch of warmth in the mid-bass, especially when paired with the name XS3. Its low-end extensions is impressive, reaching deep into infrasonics. And in my opinion, it doesn't need any subwoofer in a small medium-sized room, thanks also to the room scale. There is often a misunderstanding about the need for a subwoofer. I have on Cobos a subwoofer playlist for my test, with tracks like Alvanoto or FK8 Wings. And especially on FK8 Wings, one track, speaking about Lights On, has an ultra-low intro, and the Rubikore 2 reproduced these notes with power and definitions. Only during orchestra I felt the need of a visceral impact on bass drum, but unless you are in this music genre, you can comfortably skip on a subwoofer. In a medium to small rooms, the Rubikore 2 delivers cleaner and tighter bass than many floor standards, which can sometimes sound boomy in comparison. Soundstage width is excellent and imaging well defined and solid, with wonderful 3D capability in height and depth. I compared the Rubikore 2 in a side-by-side comparisons with other two speakers that I have here at the Audio Studio. One is the Buchardt S400 MKII, my reference in this price, and we have a new entry level that is the Focal Aria Evo N1, the new one. A near-field frequency response comparisons shows impressive infrasonic extensions for both Rubikore in red and Buchardt in blue, reaching down to 30 Hz. In contrast, the Focal starts rolling off below 100, struggling to explore the first octaves. For those who enjoy the bass in their music, a subwoofer would be likely a necessity with the Focal. In the high frequencies, the Focal shows a more subdued and delicate tuning but lacks the levels of details DALI delivers, evident even in the top-end measurements. By the way, these measures were taken near field on 1 meter distance with the UMIC 1 and Room Echo Wizard. In terms of sound, the Buchardt and the Focus don't deliver the same wow factors as the Rubikore 2 when it comes to vocal and instruments. However, they are easier to drive. The Rubikore 2 excels in separations, with the Buchardt leaning towards a smoother presentations and the Focal feeling less intimate in the mid-range. One advantage DALI and Buchardt shares over Focal is the absence of noise and colorations in the bass. The Buchardt sealed design especially shines here, while the Focal's front-ported design occasionally exhibit audible chuffing on certain tracks. Not severe, but noticeable sometimes. In comparisons, the DALI rear ports remain nearly invisible, almost on par with Buchardt in this regard, so really cool. I also conduct some indirect comparisons, so not side by side, with the FR5, the new PS Audio FR5, and the Bauer & Wilkins 705 S3, not the signature one. So be aware that these measures that we are going to see are taken in different time. Also here from listening position, so the room gain visible as a boost between 30-40 Hz is typical of most rooms. The PS Audio FR5 delivers warm and extended bass, particularly in the mid bass, making it excellent for various genres, especially rock and metal. However, this warmth can sometimes bleed into vocals, making them fuller but less accurate compared to the Rubikore 2. In the mid-range, FR5 is really dense, is one of the best mid-range that I ever heard, really beautiful. But it rolls off in the highs, lacking the details of both Bauer & Wilkins and DALI. It's also somewhat challenging to drive, and in the medium-sized room it struggles at higher volumes, where Rubikore 2 handles distortions better. FR5 is better suitable for smaller environment and spaces. Bauer & Wilkins 705 S3 offers more details in the height than the FR5, but suffers from a non-linearity and significant sibilance issue, although its high frequency measures resemble those of the Rubikore 2 in liveness. Bauer & Wilkins exhibit a peak at 80 kHz that creates a gradual roll-off afterward. These peaks probably contribute to this sibilance problem that I had here in my environment. I'm not saying that you probably have it, maybe you don't have it. But for me it was a bit disappointment given its high price, especially in the US market compared to DALI. Kudos to engineers at DALI for crafting the Rubikore 2, a speaker that pairs an open, lively tonal character with exceptional technical precisions. Its crystal clear highs and impressive microdynamics are energetic yet refined, avoiding any trace of sibilance or harshness, a masterclass in engineering brilliance. Proper setup is the key to unlocking its full potentials, so ensure careful placement and adjustment. Be the kind of listener who is not afraid to crank up the volume. The Rubikore Shoe thrives of energy and bold playback. I have to be honest, I didn't expect such a vibrant and vivid sound signature from DALI, but it's a long time since I didn't hear DALI here at home. By the way, they delivered a speaker that impresses with refinement, excitement, and immersions. So if you are seeking details, dynamism, and a truly captivating listening experience, the Rubikore Shoe is a phenomenal choice. From Mad Audio is everything. I hope you guys find this review good. If yes, hit the like buttons, take in consideration to subscribe, leave a comment in the comment sections down below, and see you soon. Ciao.